Tree is a yellow tom with amber eyes and 6 toes on one of his hind paws. He was born to a group named the Sisters, and was originally named Earth by his mother, Moonlight, who was the leader. Their group believed that while she-cats are meant to travel together, toms are the guardians of the earth, and that when they reach 6 moons, they must leave and wander alone. Earth, however, was afraid to start his wander. He didn't feel the land speak to him like his best friend Stream did, nor had he seen any ghosts like the rest of the sisters always did. Earth had hoped that he and his friend Stream could wander together, but at the age of 4 moons, Stream was struck by a lightning in a storm and killed. Earth had to begin his journey alone. At first, Earth tried to stay close to the sisters, but eventually had to admit that he couldn't stay. He was attacked by dogs not long afterward, and a tom named Root rescued him. Earth noticed that Root looked exactly like him. He even had a 6-toed paw, too, and the 2 toms realized that they were father and son. Root advised Earth that he could be whoever he wants, and Earth chose to leave the sisters behind. From that moment, he chose his new name to be Tree, after the spot he and his father had spent the previous night. Root had originally intended to just help Tree temporarily until he could take care of himself properly, but the two became close. One day a fox attacked them, though, and Root sustained a fatal wound when saving his son. Tree felt that it had only happened because of the love between him and his father, and decided that from then on he would never be close to another cat. At some point, he developed a hunting technique where he pretended to be a bush and let prey come up to him. He met a she-cat named Pebbleshine several moons after his father's death. She invited him to come with her to find her clan, but he declined the offer. That night, Root's spirit appeared to Tree, warning him of an attacking fox, and they managed to drive it away. Root told him the importance of friendship, and Tree became hopeful that maybe one day he'd find someone to spend his life with. Tree met another clan cat, Needlepaw, some moons later. She'd been carried away by an owl, and was hoping her clanmates would find her. He helped guide her back to the lake. She wanted him to join ShadowClan, but her clanmates weren't keen on the idea, and Tree sensed that he wasn't wanted, so he returned to his lone travels. The next time he saw her, she was a warrior with the name Needletail, and she was a ghost. She asked him for help, and he agreed. Eventually, when several SkyClan cats passed near him on a journey, Needletail's ghost led Violetpaw to him. Little did he know that Violetpaw was the daughter of Pebbleshine, the SkyClan cat he had met before. Tree agreed to join the clan cats, and they brought him back to their home. It was here that they noticed that Tree had 6 toes on one paw. One of the medicine cats had had a vision that they needed to find a 6-toed cat. Tree stayed with SkyClan for several moons. He became close to Violetshine, who began to worry that Tree might not find a place in the clan, since he didn't seem to fit either as a warrior or a medicine cat. Eventually, Yarrowleaf, a ShadowClan cat who had been one of Darktail's cats, returned to the lake, hoping to rejoin her clan. At that point, ShadowClan and SkyClan had merged. Tree convinced Leafstar to let her stay, and later encouraged her to let SkyClan and ShadowClan split into 2 again. This gave Leafstar the idea to create a new role in the clan for him, Mediator, in charge of solving disputes. He chose to keep his name instead of taking on a warrior name, since he liked it. He tried to mediate between ShadowClan and SkyClan when they had conflicts over their border, but nobody was willing to listen to him. SkyClan chose to leave the forest, and Tree decided to remain behind as a loner at the lake. But when the clans decided that SkyClan should stay, he helped Twigbranch find them and bring them back. When he helped Pebbleshine's ghost appear to her family, Pebbleshine revealed that Violetshine was expecting Tree's kits. The two were surprised, but excited to learn this. Their kits were born a few moons later. Their daughter Needlekit was named after Violetchine's friend Needletail, while their son Rootkit was named for Tree's father, Root. Tree had to face his past again when the sisters arrived near the lake. They had found a spot to make camp while Tree's mother Moonlight was expecting kits, but SkyClan wanted to move their camp there, and the clans became too impatient to wait. Despite his reservations, he tried to mediate between the groups, but ultimately neither wanted to give up, and clans ended up attacking. Tree didn't really miss his mother once she died because he still felt that she had abandoned him, but he was sorry for his newborn siblings that they wouldn't have a mother. It also made him appreciate that his own kids would always have a clan if anything happened. As an apprentice, Tree's son Rootpaw was somewhat embarrassed by his father's strangeness, his talking to ghosts, his unusual role, and even things like his hunting technique. But he found a new closeness with Tree when he, too, began to see ghosts. Tree supported his son when Rootpaw told him that the living Bramblestar was an imposter, and that he'd been seeing Bramblestar's ghost, and he even offered to pretend to other cats that he was the one who'd seen the ghost when Rootpaw was too shy. The fake Bramblestar declared Tree a codebreaker, and that as punishment he would have to visit the other clans and convince them to deal with their codebreakers. And Tree and his son took the opportunity to travel to ShadowClan and show them the real Bramblestar's ghost. Tree wasn't certain that his family should remain in the forest with the way things were going, but agreed to stay since they wanted to. Similarly, he was uncertain about Rootpaw becoming a warrior, but when Rootspring earned his warrior name, Tree was happy that his son was happy. Overall, Tree is a unique cat with his own outlook on the clan's lives and a unique role to play.